I am a Mocha Mom, and I am back to answer part 2 of I've Moved On's question about adjusting to a new baby. You have a new baby, but you're still responsible for all the things you were doing before the baby came. How do you do everything that the new baby brings and your housework, your tasks, your mothering, and then you throw in a toddler who's acting up in the mix? How do you get it all done without losing your mind? And it's been a process for me with the 5 children of just making this season work. It's tough no matter what you do. It's a tough season. And one thing that helps is going into it, understanding that it's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. But in accepting that up front, what it's done for me is it's helped me, not to fight to keep things the way that they were. Because now we're moving into a new normal. We're not bringing a baby into what we had before and the baby's going to adapt and change to fit that. We're all going to adapt and change now that there's a new member in the family. Roles are shifting. People are changing a little bit to make room for this person. And that's also true for your child who is now a sibling and has to share a role that he or she didn't have to share before. So what I would do is let things that are not the most important things just slide for a short period of time. Things like dishes, housework, yeah, they have to get done, but do they have to be done perfectly all the time? No. And for me, that simple laundry, cleaning, that type of thing was difficult for me to let go, because when I'm in a chaotic environment, I don't feel at peace. I feel anxious. I feel like I have to get up and do something. And I have done that in the past. But what has happened to me is that my body has broken down. Emotionally, I haven't done well. And when it was time to parent or do relational things, that's where everything just fell apart for me. And while the house can get messy and everything will be all right, when I damage my relationships, it takes a lot more to fix that. So if people offer to help you with laundry, if people offer to give you meals, if people offer to babysit, accept help wherever it comes. And for me, that's a challenge at times. I'd much rather help people than let people help me. But for this time, your body needs the rest to do what it needs to do. Focus on spending time with your toddler, playing with them, reading to them, making them feel that, they're still special, and it's wonderful that you have a new sibling. This is a good change. So I became more people focused, strategizing with your husband to find out what's important to him, see, which roles can shift. Maybe in the past, before you had the baby, you were the one that did all the laundry. Maybe now he'd be willing to do some of the laundry or all of the laundry. Maybe before you were the one who cleaned your house. Maybe once a month you could come up with a few dollars to hire a cleaning company to come. Look into that, because before I ever attempted to use a cleaning company, I used to think it was so expensive to get a cleaning company to come in. But for less than $200, you could get someone to come in and clean your house, depending on what your house looks like. Maybe this might not be something that you would do all the time, but maybe you could afford to do it once a month, or 1 month when things are just unacceptable to you. Maybe there's a teenager that who you could hire to come and be with you while you're with the baby, and your 2-year-old to give him some extra attention or her some extra attention. Think about some creative solutions that will help you. And if you can't find anybody else to help you or anywhere else to get help, you make up your mind about what are things that absolutely need to get done, and prioritize and take your time doing those. But at the top of that list, let taking care of yourself and the baby and your toddler and your husband in a relationship sense, be the most important thing that you do. And believe it or not, the 2 to 3 months that you're in this insane, chaotic period, it goes by fast when you lay things down and focus on the relationships. Believe it or not, that dust that's piling up, it's not that hard to clean it up. But when you have a kid that's out of control because of 2 to 3 months of you just losing your mind because you were just too tired to cope, you were trying to do everything you shouldn't have been trying to do, it takes a lot longer to fix that. That's what I've learned. And it's just not worth it. So what I have to say to you is things weren't smooth. Things were challenging. Things were upside down. We got through the period and were able to build something that we could all live with after.